Why are you looking for X's?
We're not looking for X's, we're looking for the Smallfoot. And you have seen one.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the most overlooked animated movies whose voice casts are populated with multiple Hollywood heavyweights.
Look, if you're trying to teach me a lesson, consider it taught. I'm on a dock, begging.
Number 10, Open Season. The 2006 film Open Season tells the story of a group of animals uniting against a band of human hunters.
Show me your girl face. Now let's kick some hunter bahookie.
It was the debut film from Sony Pictures Animation, and the studio definitely came out swinging with the impressive cast they assembled. Jane Krakowski, Jon Favreau, Deborah Messing, Patrick Warburton, and Gary Sinise all lent their voices to multiple characters in the film. And that's just the supporting cast.
They wanted to explore and play and just sort of discover it together.
Wait, he's harmless! Stay calm!
The lead roles, Boog the grizzly bear and Elliot the amnesiac deer, were voiced by none other than Martin Lawrence and Ashton Kutcher, respectively.
To sleep in the garage. Who's sleeping in the garage? That's right, Elliot sleep in the garage. The big, incredible Mr. E.
The film did well enough to spawn 3 sequels. However, they were all direct-to-video, featuring a lesser-known cast with each subsequent installment. Number 9, The Pebble and the Penguin. Happy Feet wasn't the first animated movie set in the penguin world of Antarctica. About a decade earlier, there was The Pebble and the Penguin, an independent film about a shy penguin's attempts to win the heart of his crush with an ethereal pebble.
Do you like it?
I love it.
You better.
Good.
But don't you know? It's not the pebble. It's the penguin.
Unlike Happy Feet, which soared to box office success and won an Academy Award, this film was a critical and commercial disappointment, likely only remembered by its creators. Despite this, it boasted quite the formidable roster of actors, including Tim Curry, Jim Belushi, and the great Martin Short.
Hey, Rocco, don't you want me to come along?
To top that off, the songs featured in The Pebble and the Penguin were written and produced by Mr. Copacabana himself, Barry Manilow.
There's only 2 places you can write these kind of songs, either for the Broadway stage or for an animated musical.
Number 8, The Page Master. Following the mega success of the first 2 Home Alone movies in the early 90s, there was no bigger child actor in the world than Macaulay Culkin. Yet that star power wasn't enough to make The Page Master a success in 1994.
Consider this your passport to the wonderful and quite unpredictable world of books.
Culkin and Christopher Lloyd, both of whom played roles in the live-action and animated parts of the movie, were not the only big names to grace the movie poster.
What? In fact, the exit's just beyond my fantasy section. I see it all the time from Rapunzel's tower.
Then what are ye doing in these parts, eh?
Also included in the voice cast were Patrick Stewart and Whoopi Goldberg, along with another alum of the Star Trek universe, Leonard Nimoy. Unfortunately, though, the film was panned by critics and failed to achieve financial success, falling short of even recouping its $34 million budget at the box office.
Come here, handsome. Why are you crying?
Because I have friends.
Number 7, The Secret World of Arietti. If you were in Japan in 2010, then there's a good chance you not only heard of the film Arietti the Borrower, but you probably also saw it.
So what I'm trying to say, if there was any doubt...
There's a new bean in the house.
What? I know. I saw him. Arietti, I told you to be...
Yes, Mama, I was careful and you didn't see me.
Produced by the renowned Studio Ghibli, it was the highest-grossing Japanese film in the country that year. However, when it was released 2 years later as The Secret World of Arietti in North America, it didn't perform quite as strongly.
That's in the past.
We'll make another wonderful house, the 3 of us, together.
Nevertheless, they were able to pull some impressive folks to dub the voices. The North American version featured the likes of Will Arnett, Amy Poehler, and Carol Burnett.
Arietti is like she's a real spirited, young, adventurous girl. That mom is a nervous wreck for a good reason.
Meanwhile, the UK release boasted talents such as Saoirse Ronan, Tom Holland, and Olivia Colman. Number 6, The Last Unicorn.
What do men know? Because they have seen no unicorns for a while does not mean that we have all vanished. We do not vanish.
The early 80s were a rather forgettable period for animated movies. Even Disney struggled until The Little Mermaid reanimated the ailing studio in 1989. Amid this backdrop came 1982's The Last Unicorn, a touching tale about the titular creature who embarks on a journey to learn the fate of the rest of her kind.
She chose her death long ago. It was the fate she wanted.
And you have no regrets, as I do.
I can never regret.
The film barely made an impact at the box office, despite receiving positive reviews and featuring a stacked cast of voice actors. There was Mia Farrow as the unicorn, Alan Arkin as Schmendrick the magician, as well as Jeff Bridges and Angela Lansbury picking up other parts. As Janet Maslin of the New York Times noted, that's, quote, a cast that would do any live-action film proud.
I'm no longer like the others. For no unicorn was ever born who could regret. But now I do. I regret.
Number 5. The Ant Bully. Picture a movie starring Julia Roberts, Nicolas Cage, and Meryl Streep. That'd be an unforgettable experience, wouldn't it? Well, guess what? You don't have to just imagine it because it actually exists. Back in 2006, all 3 of those Hollywood superstars voiced characters in The Ant Bully.
Our unusual guest. A human that threatens the very existence of our colony.
But it turns out the star-studded lineup doesn't even stop there. The film also offered audiences the voices of Paul Giamatti, Regina King, Bruce Campbell, and Lily Tomlin.
They try to cut the power in the middle of the night. Beep, 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 beep. These babies will wake me up.
Sadly, not as many people as the studio would have hoped eventually got to hear those voices in the theaters, as The Ant Bully only grossed about $55 million on a $50 million budget.
Calling a human friend. I thought that impossible until you came.
But Zach, a wizard knows no such word.
Very true.
Number 4. Smallfoot.
Welcome. I'm really glad you're here.
What is this place exactly?
The secret headquarters of the SES.
Unlike some of the other films on our list, 2018 Smallfoot received generally positive reviews and was a hit at the box office, raking in over $200 million. Despite these achievements, the film, about the coming together of Yetis and humans, isn't one that gets talked about much, if at all.
So go around every corner, search every part of the sky.
However, it may see a resurgence in popularity, particularly due to the soaring career of one of its stars, Zendaya, who has received acclaim for her award-winning turn on Euphoria. Additionally, the film features the voices of Common, LeBron James, and Danny DeVito, while Channing Tatum and James Corden take top billing as Migo the Yeti and Percy the Human, respectively.
Ha, 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 ha! No, you can't.
How's that?
Nice and toasty all the way around.
Oh, hey, what's wrong? You hungry? I found your food.
Number 3. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas.
I'm sorry about that. I don't suppose a heartfelt apology would do.
Heartfelt? From you? Sinbad, you don't have a heart.
DreamWorks Animation enjoyed significant success in the late 90s and early 2000s with star-studded films like Ants, Shrek, and Madagascar. However, not all of their ventures hit the mark, with one notable example being the 2003 adventure movie Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas.
That's a very long voyage, and it's very, very dangerous.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Contrary to what you might think, Sinbad, the 90s comedian, did not voice the main character here. Instead, that role was filled by none other than Brad Pitt. The leading man was joined by Catherine Zeta-Jones, who gave voice to Princess Marina, Sinbad's love interest.
You spoiled!
Disrespectful!
Deluded!
Pretentious!
At least I'm not repressed!
Repressed? I'll show you repressed.
Other major names who filled out the rest of the cast include Michelle Pfeiffer and Joseph Fiennes. Number 2. Robots. When you think of Robin Williams in animated movies, Aladdin immediately comes to mind, and rightfully so.
Master, I don't think you quite realize what you've got here. So why don't you just ruminate whilst I illuminate the possibilities?
The brilliant comedian and actor truly stole the show in the 1992 Disney classic. While Williams once again displayed his exceptional humor in 2005's Robots, the film definitely didn't have the same cultural impact as the one with the Big Blue Genie 13 years prior.
Perfect. That'll be $50.
$50 for what?
A beautiful picture of your first moment in Robot City.
There, I've captured your second moment. That's another $50.
Interestingly, it seems pretty much every prominent actor of that era had a role in Robots. The star-studded cast included Ewan McGregor, Stanley Tucci, Halle Berry, Mel Brooks, Paula Abdul, Amanda Bynes, and even the voice of Darth Vader himself, Mr. James Earl Jones. Now that's a Death Star's worth of celebrities if we've ever seen any.
Living basically day to day, trying to get along, as we say. Doing a few things, odd jobs, because he's an odd person. But that's all right,
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Flushed Away.
Prize returns to me. You big fat slimy airbag!
If you thought that Andy Serkis and Ian McKellen had only shared the screen in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, then you thought wrong. How could you forget the brilliant 2006 adventure comedy Flushed Away? The film centers around a pet rat who gets flushed down the toilet and falls in love with a rat in the sewer. McKellen portrayed a toad, while Serkis voiced one of the character's henchmen.
I was attracted to Spike because he's such he's such a loser.
It's time to bring out the persuader.
Additionally, Jean Reno played the toad's French cousin, LeFrog, while the two main characters were voiced by Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet. All that star power probably helped it make $178 million, but with a budget of $149 million, the film sadly fell short of expectations.
You're not entirely the useless, whiny, stuck-up, pompous big girl's blouse I thought you were.
Am I anything like Rita? You know what? Yes, I am.
Which one of these movies is now on your must-see list? Let us know in the comments below.
Hello.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.